respectfully. In an updated statement on Sunday, State Fair Park officials say that 4 people were arrested and many more were ejected on Saturday night. Wisconsin State Fair Park public relations organizers issued a statement saying that after a group of individuals created a chaotic situation at Greek Fest, officers from the State Fair Park Police Department and the Milwaukee Police Department intervened and made multiple arrests. The Greek Fest chairman made the decision to close early for the safety of both guests and volunteers. There were no reported injuries as a result of Saturday's fights. The event was scheduled from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday night, but was seen closed around 9 p.m. after the incident. On Sunday, Greek Fest was scheduled from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., but closed 2 hours early at 6. A Racine man will spend 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexual assaults in Kenosha and Racine counties. The cases against Matthew Crockett were cold until the state's efforts to test backlogged sexual assault kits got a hit. Crockett was charged with committing 2 sexual assaults in Kenosha in 2014 and 2015. In both cases, police said that he dragged his victims into a car and raped them. Crockett pleaded guilty to 3 counts of second-degree sexual assault. On Friday, a judge sentenced Crockett to 18 years in prison and 18 years of extended supervision. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show is next, here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe, want all the action? Or you want all the smoke? Oh, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And none but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants to smoke today?
Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The movement continues.
The marathon continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
We back at it.
Hey, and how y'all doing now out there in Radio Land, Truth Nation? Hey, look, thank you for joining me this Monday, June 26, 2023. And y'all know what time it is. Y'all know it's time for that Monday prayer with Minister Kevin as usual. Wow, let's get Minister Kevin on the lines. How you doing, Minister Kevin?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, look, I'm feeling good. It was a great weekend. It was nice. The weather was nice. I can't complain.
It was awesome out there. I attended the march Saturday. I went to, after I left the march, came home, got a little snooze, and went up to Petersburg to Strawberry Fest.
Strawberry
And
Fest.
then after church, yeah. Oh, man, sorry, they had a band up there playing called the Funk Brothers. And those boys are cool. They should have been on the main stage, headlining the whole thing. They had, you know how they did back in the 60s or 70s, you know. They put them in the alley somewhere, you know, hidden, nobody could even see them.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was nice. Yeah, things ain't changing too much up.
Now, I was hearing about Strawberry Fest. What goes on at Strawberry Fest? I mean, can you explain?
Well, it's supposed to be like they have all different kind of strawberry confectionaries, wines, fruits like strawberry brats and stuff.
Wait a minute,
like that.
strawberry brats?
Yes, strawberry brats.
Okay. Hey, interesting.
They're not bad, George. They're not bad.
All right, that's what's up.
So yeah, then I did the Greek Fest yesterday, not Saturday when they had all the commotion.
Right.
I did it yesterday, and the vibe was pretty weak. It just wasn't the same, you know. Not that, you know, we needed all the ruckus up there, but you know, just like nobody was really enjoying themselves there, man. Everybody just sitting around, you know, looking at each other.
It seemed like they redacted the festivities after what happened with the fights.
Yeah, they did. It says we talked to one of the officers there. He said there was about 25 of our people up there fighting, and they kicked them out, and they went in the parking lot, start fighting again. So I guess they made it, what they say, 4 arrests, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with our youth, man.
Oh, wow. Now, what was the message this Sunday? Who brought the message this Sunday?
Oh, we didn't have we just did Sunday school.
Okay.
Talking about the two thieves on the cross, and you know, the 11th hour salvation, you know.
Oh, you talk about the two people hanging on the side of Jesus when they was crucifying him.
Right. Talking about which one would you more associate with of the two? Would you be the one who denounced Christ? About, man, get me down and you down. Let's just, if you God, you should be able to bring yourself down and us with you. Or the one that's saying that, remember me when you enter in your kingdom.
You know? That's where they get that song, Remember Me.
Remember me.
Right.
Right. Which one you going to be? Because you said today you be with me in paradise. So which one would you want to be? The one who, even on the deathbed, still denouncing the power of God? Or you want to be one that recognized that he didn't do nothing to deserve it?
I can see how somebody could be like, hey, let's get down from here. You supposed to be God. You letting these people do you like that. I mean, I can see his thought process. It's logical. Right.
Naturally, you would say that because you're speaking fleshly. You're not speaking spiritually. You're not speaking for what he came here for. He didn't come here to bring you off the cross. He came here. He's more interested in your soul. He's interested in your eternal life, not your now life. Because you out there, and I was reading up on that, the thieves on the cross, because normally they don't crucify a thief. But when I looked at, and I found a verse in the Bible where it said the only thief that would be crucified is one that would sell other Israelites into slavery. Those are the ones that would be crucified.
The homie tribe people.
Yeah, the ones that selling your own people away.
Right, the bootlickers.
And we still have people selling us.
Crucify the bootlickers.
Those were the only thieves, man.
Hey.
Those were the only thieves. Now, if you stole something to feed your family, you just had to pay back double what you stole. You know, there wasn't no crucifying, but only ones got crucified, the ones who selling their own people out.
Oh, wow. Well, I think that when I look at my community now and how it's operating, it's a lot of people that didn't take that 20 pieces of silver and they're functioning, and a lot of people don't even understand those concepts of having a false person in the front and leading the people off the cliff. And I think that many times we look at people with the titles and we think, hey, look, this person says they have this title and the title means you're supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. But that may be not the true actions of the person that's operating in that capacity.
Right. That leads me back. I think last time we talked on air, I think last Tuesday, and I apologize because I didn't really have a chance to. I knew I wasn't going to have a chance because I was told I only have a couple of minutes, and I wouldn't have a chance to go into detail what my point would have been at that point. So I didn't really get out, but I think where you were going, you was leading way further than I was intended to go when I was talking about the Republicans, what they're doing, what they did with the bill.
Right.
I wasn't talking about what we should do or our best results from it. I was just talking about the mastermind plan they had. They were brilliant in how they set up the Democrats. That's the only thing I was talking about. I'm not talking about we should get it beat. We should call them.
But I'll say this: only reason they were able to do that is because the lack of our paying attention of the people. Because if you let leadership go and negotiate for you that don't have any results, no track record of fighting for you, and that to me is a what they call a suicide mission. You know what I mean? It's not going to benefit the people. So what I was saying was just in thought in general is that you can't allow people that don't have a result-based concept go to bat for you, period.
Right. Absolutely.
It's not going to work.
But it's not. And that's why I say that they were brilliant. But where was the Democrats' thought process with this? They was just taking whatever they had, whatever they can get. They didn't have anything. They couldn't say, well, we want this, we want that. They didn't have a leg to stand on.
But when they went, they didn't go in there in a position of power. They went in a position of begging. They didn't go from a position, a standpoint of where they can get an advantage. They went lowly into the situation, asking for whatever they could get.
That's why I gave that example about the slaves. The husband have a chance to either take the whipping or give the whipping to his family. Mm-hmm. And I think our Democrats should have took the whipping and said, we go find another way.
But
talk to our constituents.
But you're
talking from another way. We're not going to let y'all do them wrong.
But you're talking from a standpoint of people that are actually result based. Okay, I'm saying that I'm looking at it for what it is. It's not result based, so they're not going to have the advantage. They didn't come from a position of power. They came from a position of low vibrations and trying to ask and begging for whatever they can get. As long as they can get the money for the pension, that's all that they care about, because you can't tell me that they care about anything else, because the budget, when the budget was good, we had issues with some of the issues that they're talking about, and they actually undid some of the progress that we've been fighting for in the process, which is, to me, is sickening to my stomach. So to me, it's just a bad overall look when you seeing people that are not result-based or not championing ideas of working for the people, going up there and they got knocked out in the first round.
Right.
It wasn't even a contest.
Like I say, my thought is not on the outcome of everything. My thoughts that I want to relay was just on how it was all set up.
Right.
For instance, Trump barely lost Wisconsin by 20,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And Evers only beat Michaels by like 90,000. So what the Republicans doing is making the Democrats look even worse. And they had the power and authority to do it, and they had a good opportunity, and they took advantage of it wholly. And now we're talking about recalling Democrats and everything just because, we get mad at somebody who voted on something, but we excusing the ones who wrote the bill in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
Well, our power, and what I was trying to say, our power is not, we don't control if they're in office or not. We don't. So you can be mad at them, but we're not in those rooms. We don't have the power to elect them or not. It's only in certain spaces like governor or most of those positions that they have. We're not in those townships, but we are in the townships of our leadership, which is the Democrats that we cash our votes for. So, like I said, if you keep looking over the fence, we're not even over there on that side of the fence.
No,
right?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
That's still not my.
I know what you're saying.
And they know
but
that.
I'm saying that,
they know that
we don't have no power to try to mess with them because we're not over there.
No, I'm not suggesting messing with anyone. I'm not saying that.
I'm talking about like as far as recalling, but we can recall our leadership because I'm for recalling some of these Democrats. I'm for it.
I'm not saying for or against anything. I'm just putting a light on what happened.
If you ain't got no results, they got to go down. They got to go in the trash. To me,
right.
Result based.
Who's right or who's wrong?
I'm saying that our leadership is wrong for not putting the people in the front of their decision making. The people are being lost. Our people don't have time to be shucking and jiving around. Our people don't have it like that no more. It's so bad.
They're 100% wrong.
On the north
side, 100% wrong.
Yeah. It's too bad on the north side to be playing around.
Whooping for the people.
I agree.
They should have took the whooping. If you're a good husband, a good father, you don't let nobody whoop your kids, and you don't whoop them for the people.
All right. Have you
say what? You say I'm taking it.
Have you watched the Emmett Till movie?
Yeah.
All right. Did you see when they went to go grab Emmett Till and how the uncle acted?
Yes.
Okay. That's what it. Yeah. Okay. So I would have been dead if they'd have came in my house to grab a young kid out of my house as a protector of that house. I'd have had to die that day. I'd have had to die that day.
That's what I'm saying. The Democrats should have done. Exactly. Take that whooping yourself. Don't say, okay, well, we go whoop our kids out for you. We go whoop our kids for you. No, don't do that. They should have taken the whooping for us. Well, we're not going to let you do this to Milwaukeeans just because y'all don't even care about Milwaukeeans. We're not going to let y'all do this. We're going to find another way of getting this done.
And the leadership have misused the monies. The monies that we had, a lot of times we don't look back when we talk about the budget and things like that. When you're taking the monies and using it to get your friends rich and do X, Y, and Z, it's gonna hit a cliff, And this has been happening for years. This been happening for years, and now we're in a space where I think that many times it got to get worse before it get better. I don't see a problem with it going over the cliff because maybe it'll get better. Maybe we'll rebuild from that. Maybe we'll rebuild our city better in the long run.
That's what I'm saying. It's a possibility. It don't mean that all is over with at that point. Like I said, go over the cliff and let's get something better. Maybe you need to restructure what you're doing with that pension. Maybe if you want to eliminate all these positions, firemen, policemen, teachers, librarians, and all that, how about you eliminate some politicians too?
Hey, look,
combining some of these districts,
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. The one thing I know for sure, and I've been saying this, is that they want that pension money because that's their future. That's securing their future. Out of that whole thing, the pension is what secures their future. Other than that, a lot of the things about public schools, a lot of the things that we talk about as far as sales, raising the sales taxes, that's on the people. And a lot of these things that it's going to affect us, but the pension monies, they want to secure their future, so they want to do anything and take any kind of deal to get that 20 pieces of silver. They could get a 401k to me. They can rely on the 401k like everybody else.
They can do the same thing we doing,
That's how I feel about it.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head. Exactly. You don't have to have this exuberant retirement plan that nobody else can get but you, and then have you vote on whether you get it or not.
And that's where I see and I know they care about that. Out of all the discussion, I know we could talk about all these other things that's going on with this bill, but that pension money is in there, and the only reason they didn't want the people to vote on the referendum because they know that we don't want to be taxed. It would have been DOA. We know that this would have been DOA. We wouldn't have went in there and taxed ourselves. So they had to take the power out of our hands and put it in their hands because it's for their future. They kids gonna be straight.
Yeah.
They gonna be straight once they leave office with the pension. They trying to make sure that they have a pension when they get out of office. That's what I see is the real issue.
Securing their future at a young age.
Hey, that's what I see. You can talk all this other talk about Milwaukee, public schools and all of this. You can talk all of that, but trust me, when I look at those ideas have been, the public school idea have been bad for a long time.
This pension has been bad for a long time, for 2 decades. They've been seeing this coming.
This generation, they trying
like you say, they put the black face in now.
Right.
Put the black face in now, make them take the hit.
Right.
It's been coming for 2 decades.
And no white,
nothing new.
I believe no white mayor or no white county executive would have put their name on nothing like this. So they let the black man go forward. They let the black man do it because they would have never put their name on nothing like this type of stuff. Like this, they're going to go, some of these black public figures that's in these positions go down as some of the worst elected officials when they look at the numbers.
And they made more Democrats vote yes, but they had 12 Republican senators, state senators, that voted no, which means more Democrats had to vote yes to make them even look worse. That's what I'm saying. They did a brilliant plan. Why would any Republican vote no? Only to make more Democrats vote yes, because you have an opportunity for more of them to vote no themselves. But no, we vote no. Y'all can't vote no. You got to vote yes. Make them look even worse. That's what I'm trying to say. Even the representative did the same thing. They had a bunch of them that voted no to take the no away from the Democrats to make more of them vote no, vote yes.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this: if I'm finna sink my teeth,
that was brilliant.
If I'm
always being outsmarted, man.
Look,
Democrats always being outsmarted.
Hey, look, if I'm finna sink my teeth into you, I'm gonna set the platform up to where I'm gonna win. I may not win in certain circumstances, like the governor's position. I may not win that position, but I'm gonna control your life through another way, through the Senate, through the laws. I'm gonna control y'all life, and they're showing that no matter if it's a Democratic governor, they still got a lot of control. And now with this deal, they're gonna be controlling Milwaukee, and this have never happened.
Right.
So to me, this is a sellout. This is a sellout plan. And I know what they finna do. They finna make it seem like, oh, we finna sue them. We finna go take them to court. You know how long this stuff get tied up in court? Right now they're gonna stall it out, trying to make a way to justify what they doing. But to me, this is one of the things that y'all got to pay attention to. If y'all not really paying attention to, follow where the money going, and now you'll understand what's happening. And if you just concentrate on the pension, you'll understand.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to get that out. But I think our bigger concern, more in our face thing, is our youth right now too, though.
Right.
Because like you see what happened at State Fair. I mean, that stuff down the line, taxes. That's not gonna really break anybody here. You pay another 2% taxes, you still gonna be way less than Chicago and less than Minneapolis and all that. It's not gonna break
Chicago,
anybody,
they pay a lot more.
Out.
Like I said, when you talk about other places, you got to talk about Milwaukee. Every township has a certain level that they live on, and when you go to California, the inflation is high, but they pay more for the jobs we get out there in Chicago.
Yeah.
We pay lower.
Right.
So. Right. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
It will hurt us. It will hurt us unless they raise everything to 15 to 20. Every job that you get, I mean, it'll help. But that's the job monies is not going up.
No. Not for us anyway. Not for us. But anyway, like I say, I want to do our prayer about our youth, because that's what really been on my mind this weekend. Okay. I see them all the time. I was driving yesterday and I dropped a bunch of them off at a party. And I was praying that nothing would happen, because when a lot of them get together, things happen. So I prayed that there's like a house party, maybe an Airbnb or somewhere behind Casablanca over on Brady or somewhere over there. I'm praying that our youth get through this night when nothing happened. I turn down the street about an hour or two later. I see a bunch of them on the middle street just twerking. I'm like, come on, y'all. What's wrong with our youth?
Hey, they need that Monday prayer minister, Kevin. Hey.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Let's go. All right. As we do every week, Lord, we come to you in this hour of prayer in a time of urgency, asking you to heal and protect our community. We are in danger of losing our youth to these streets. Lord, help them to find their rightful purpose and not to exhibit disruptive behavior. Put in their hearts to choose order over chaos, love over lawlessness, and prosperity over dissension. Strengthen our family bonds and rebuild those broken relationships that cause trauma and discourse. Let us not turn away from the family structure in which you designed. I speak life and life more abundantly in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, Anything else you want to say, Minister Kevin?
Two things. I want to say tomorrow is my wife and I anniversary, 13 years. So thank God for that.
Congratulations.
And also, thank you. And also stay cool, stay calm, and stay focused.
All right, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, the time is almost here to finally pick our next One Call That's All Gruber 5K giveaway winner, and we're doing it this Friday. So be sure to tune into Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on Friday at 8:30 a.m. to make sure you do not miss your call, because if you do, we will go down to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. Again, that is the Big Gruber 5K giveaway this Friday on Truth Be Told on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy, or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
Black Talk Radio has emerged as a powerful tool for changing the narrative and stereotypes of the black community. Traditional media outlets have often neglected to represent the full spectrum of the black experience, leading to pervasive stereotypes and misconceptions. However, with Black Talk Radio, the black community now has a platform to tell their own stories and provide insight into their own experiences. Through talk shows, news broadcasts, and podcasts, Black Talk Radio is providing a voice for a diverse range of black perspectives. By covering a variety of topics, including social justice, politics, entertainment, and so on, Black Talk Radio is offering a nuanced understanding of black community. It's breaking down stereotypes and promoting a more accurate portrayal of black culture and identity. Moreover, Black Talk Radio is providing an opportunity for black communities to connect with one another and build solidarity. In conclusion, Black Talk Radio is an invaluable platform for promoting a more accurate portrayal of the black experience, challenging pervasive stereotypes, and creating a space for communities to grow and mobilize. Through shows like Tory Lowe and the collective efforts of Black Talk Radio hosts and guests, we can continue to empower change in the black community. The ultimate goal is to shed light on issues affecting our community and inspire listeners to take action.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I say, big bad, woman good, lady better. Hey, 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 hey. Now imagine that's a shorty, maybe 5, maybe 4. Run round with
This is the last week to sign up for our Black-owned business give back. If you want to win $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising on The Truth for the next 3 months, go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now. Again, that's free advertisement for your business to market itself, valued at $6,000. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now to sign up today for official rules. Head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Milwaukee, the time is almost here. We have been entering fans into our Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway for the last 3 months. And this Friday, we'll finally pick our next One Call That's All $5,000 giveaway winner. Be sure to tune into the Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on Friday at 8:30 a.m. to make sure you don't miss your call, because if you do, we'll go down to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. Again, that's the big Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway this Friday on Truth Be Told on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have the Pop Culture Report with Melanie Ricks. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Probably unmentored, a complicated combination, maybe with no relevance into their intelligence meets their favorite singer's preference.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's a battle for NL Central bragging rights. Brewers, Cubs, Monday, July 3rd through Thursday, July 6th. Help defend American Family Field during this year's edition of the I-94 rivalry and celebrate the 4th of July at the ballpark, where kids and seniors can score half-price seats, courtesy of WPS Health Insurance. See the schedule and grab your seats today at brewers.com/promotions.
Keeping you informed and up to date on the legislation which will impact you the most.
So right now, we do not have the 2/3 vote necessary to pass the sales tax increase for Milwaukee. If it does pass, we are still in deep financial trouble, and we have all of these strings attached to this legislation. So like I did yesterday, I'm going to do again today and tomorrow until the cows come home. I want you to call your Milwaukee Common Council member and tell them that you are not in favor of this proposal that has far too many negative strings attached to Milwaukee, that includes a sales tax increase that doesn't even get us out of debt. In fact, if they vote for this, we will have to go back to this same Republican-controlled legislature and ask for more money, and then the strings will be even more severe than they are right now. This thing cannot pass. It cannot.
Stream the award-winning 1017 The Truth every day by downloading the Truth app and on all your favorite streaming platforms.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy. You know what? We should make an emergency communication plan. That way we're ready this year. At my dorm, we have emergency kits for earthquakes and wildfires, but I'm sure there's something more local I can send you with a link.
Okay.
Smart.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzing. The Brewers take 2 of 3 against the Guardians in Cleveland. The road trip continues tonight with the first of 3 games in New York against the Mets. Milwaukee begins the day a half game back of the Reds for first place in the NL Central. Brewers manager Craig Counsell on Owen Miller's contribution to Sunday's win in extra innings.
Couple doubles and the big hit to win it, so great to see, and got the big hit that we needed.
Here tonight's game on 620 WTMJ with coverage beginning at 5:35. NBA draft is a thing of the past. Next up for the Bucks, free agency. It begins June 30th in the NBA. Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez among the free agent decisions the Bucks will have to make. Younger members of the roster will be off to Vegas July 7th to begin the Summer League. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report with Melanie Ricks.
What's really good?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm feeling good.
Good. A lot of people are feeling really good after the BET Awards last night.
Right.
Which I didn't even know they were on last night, but that's not what we talking about today.
I watched some of it. I mean, I guess I kind of fell out with the BET Music Award.
When?
Just about probably a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I actually watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now I just look at clips online, like on YouTube.
Right. I haven't really been into BET since I was a kid. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit the same way anymore for me.
Zach, did you pay attention to BET Music Award?
Like Mel, I did not know that they were on.
I mean,
I saw them trending on Twitter and
Had
stuff.
no idea.
It's almost like, it's like you don't have to watch it no more.
Which is too bad because
you
it used
to
be a
have to
big
watch
event.
it.
But you know what though, Tori? In BET's defense, I partially feel that way about most award shows these days. They don't hit the way they used to when I was a kid. I don't know if that's a child state of mind thing or if award shows have really changed that drastically. Like the Oscars last year. I'm sorry, but that slap saved the Oscars. Obviously, the Oscars are going to always be a thing.
Because the controversy?
Yes. I'm sorry, but people love controversy. It's just like what's going on, well, what went on, I should say, with Vanderpump Rules. I never watched Vanderpump Rules in my life, but because of the scandal, I couldn't help but to watch it. So my point, controversy sells. We know this.
Right.
And the Oscars aren't going anywhere, but unless something really egregious or like shocking or whatever happens, sometimes these award shows kind of go up and on, like unnoticed. For example, the BET Awards last night. Do you know why I knew? Because Zach said it. It was trending. That's the only reason why I knew the BET Awards was on, and I want to talk about some things that happened. So starting with the positive, there was an incredible tribute last night to Takeoff, and the crowd was treated to a surprise because people actually did not know that that Quavo and that Offset were going to be performing together.
Right.
It was their first time performing in public together since Takeoff's passing last November now, which is so crazy. And the man who allegedly killed him has recently been indicted for his murder. So I think that was not only a celebration of Takeoff's life, but also hopefully a celebration of this is it. We got him. You know what I mean? We can lay this to rest, if you will, with all respect, of course. My question, though, for you, Tori, do you think that this was them saying this is our final performance? Do you think this was simply a tribute? Do you think that this means we're going to get more music from the Migos? I'm curious. What do you think this means?
Are they still the
anything?
Migos?
Yes, they will always be the Migos.
I'm talking about, do they continue on as the Migos?
In my opinion, no.
Takeoff?
No. Because
Right.
I'm not trying to be selfish.
It'll just
I'll
be like
never be able to view them the same way.
featuring Offset.
I'll never be able to see them as Amigos without Takeoff. But that's just me.
I'll say this. You know, I was excited to see that they buried the hatchet.
I know.
I'm all for brothers burying the hatchet.
Me too.
But will it continue on to some other success? We're still waiting to see.
Yeah. I was asking Tori, y'all, because he and I were talking about whether or not they could continue on. And I asked him about TLC. Because when Left Eye passed in that car accident,
right,
they were no longer they will always be TLC. But from what I recall, they never made new music again. They were never of course they would do tributes to Left Eye.
Right.
But you never really saw them as the music group TLC after her passing.
Plus,
I don't know if we'll get that with Migos either.
Plus, when you lose the energy, the engine of the group.
And he was that. Oh my gosh, was he that?
He was definitely the engine of the group.
Truly.
I even heard he put them together, put the group together and everything.
He did. Well, he was the bridge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we'll never fully know. But from what I had heard, even before his passing, I'd always heard that Quavo and Takeoff they bumped heads. They tended to bump heads, you feel me? And that was the thing. I mean, first off, when they did their solo records, I don't believe, at least again, from what we know from the public viewpoint, I don't believe that was them falling out. I think it was literally them just trying to see if we can go solo.
Right.
You feel me? But then after that point, they did have a real falling out. So at the time of Takeoff's passing, he was, not Takeoff, but Quavo and Offset, they were not talking like that. And that's why it's such a big deal, Tori, that we finally saw them on stage together, because even at his funeral, there really wasn't a whole lot of love.
Right.
And people were very disappointed. Like, if this can't bring you together, what can? So that's why it was a big deal that they were on the stage together.
I think it's a big deal because you got, we talk about mending fences. And that, to me, showed that, hey, they can get past whatever their disagreement was.
Yeah.
We don't know the full details of what it all includes.
Nor do we need to.
But what I'm saying is it's a great moment for them.
I agree.
Now, is it just a television moment?
No,
that was created?
I hope not.
I'm just saying, I don't know. But we'll find out if they can come together and create new ideas moving forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing if that can happen.
Me too. I think if it was a television moment, honestly, I think it would have happened sooner. You know what I mean? I don't think they would wait all the way until
BET
June.
is probably one of the biggest nights, or supposed to be one of the biggest nights in Black entertainment. So
for sure.
So I would, if I was going to do anything.
But the Grammys also happen, and that's arguably the biggest night in music. So I hear what you're saying.
Right. But
even at his memorial, like, I think there had been other opportunities. So why now? I think because they finally are at that place where they can.
Right. And some time has went by too.
For sure.
Sometimes you
time
need
heals
a little
wounds.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
And common sense too, because Quavo dropped a couple songs and Offset dropped a couple songs and they didn't go nowhere. I'm just saying it didn't. They was, they had nice beats, but
I liked Quavo's album.
They wasn't.
I was a big fan of
I'm
his
talking
album.
about, after the incident.
Oh.
You're talking about his tribute song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
So you wanted his tribute song to be a club banger?
But what I'm saying is, no, it was another song that they had did solo. Like, it's more than that. He gave a couple of them.
You're talking about Quavo's like music after the passing?
Right. He did a couple of them, 2 of them. Yeah.
I think those were.
I'm not even talking about the tribute
songs.
song. But what I'm saying is,
you're talking about Yes Sir, produced by Scott Storch.
Yeah, I'm talking about
that song's a banger, Tori.
Well, I didn't hear nobody banging it. You ain't even banged it that much on our show. Well, how many times have you put that song?
I played it twice actually, and you was bobbing to it. So
what
not
I'm saying,
Tori bobbing to the bank.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm done.
I don't even remember
it before.
I don't remember it. To me,
like,
to me, it could have been. To me, it could have been off one of their albums. But what I'm saying is, when you talk about moving forward, I want to see, are they able to create?
But the thing about it, Tori, even when in my opinion, even though Takeoff always was the best lyricist in my mind, I liked Quavo's solo album the best. I thought he
Honcho.
I did, yes. I loved his, but you know what? You know why I loved him? Because of what you just said right there. It sounded like it could have been a Migos album.
Right.
It didn't sound like it was just Quavo.
Right.
It
That's
sounded
what I'm
like
saying.
it was the Migos album. So I don't know, because they are so them, they are so Migos, it's hard to see them as individuals. You know what I'm saying, though?
I'm just hoping that
it's a group sound.
They can come together and move forward. Because I don't like seeing discord amongst brothers, especially when they had a ton of success.
I know.
A ton of success.
And they changed hip-hop.
Yeah, they influenced a lot of groups.
Yes, they did.
A lot of people, when they rap now, they use some of their patterns.
Even when Versace first came out, I remember being in the car, and I feel like the station I was listening to at the time did call it a world premiere, if you will. But I do remember hearing that for the first time in the car on the radio, and I was like, who is this? Like, it was just so different. We had never really heard a sound like that.
Oh, wow. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more conversations, more Pop Culture Report with Melanie Ricks. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Never miss a moment of that action on The Tory Lowe Show. on the new 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. Bringing all the smoke to you.
I love what you're doing, and this radio station is just like what it's called. It's the truth.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. This is your Axe Housing home buying tip of the week with D. Kemp.
The first thing I need everybody to do is get out of your own way. We are so good at talking ourselves out of our own blessings. If you are renting right now and you want to be a homeowner, know that you can do that and you're capable of it, and there are people and places that are going to support you in that effort. Get started by going to axhousing.org, completing the virtual orientation, and as soon as you're done, pick up the phone and say, I need an appointment with a home buyer coach because I am ready to be a homeowner. Not only do we have people who are going to provide you with that home buyer education, we have realtors. We have an acquisition fund that is purchasing homes at affordable prices so that there's housing inventory for you once you're ready to buy. Let's make this process as easy as possible for you because you have the people that you need on your team to make your dream of home ownership a reality.
Are you craving mouth-watering, unforgettable food? I'll Take a Bite of That has got you covered. Try their hot honey chicken with homemade honey infused with the best hot peppers, or their famous nachos. They have homemade seasonings on everything, from fries to burgers to chicken. Ordering online is a breeze and hassle-free. Just visit I'llTakeABiteOfThat.com for your pickup or delivery needs, or follow them on Instagram or Facebook. Visit I'll Take a Bite of That. It's amazing.
On the Rocks, premium cocktails are now being served at Whitetail. Located in downtown Milwaukee at 1110 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, you can join them this Saturday, July 1st, from 10 p.m. to midnight for the chance to enjoy these premium cocktails on them. Try their effing Cosmopolitan or Nito's Margarita in Knob Creek Old Fashioned. You can also purchase these products locally at Pick and Save Midtown. Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks, ready to serve cocktails.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone can call or text 988 or chat via 988wisconsin.org to get connected to a trained Lifeline counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you are concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report. Brought to you by Melanie Ricks.
Ew.
Hey. What's happening?
This is not funny. It really isn't funny, but this is the other thing I was going to bring up because this was trending on social media. Apparently, Patti LaBelle did a tribute to Tina Turner at the BET Awards and didn't know her lyrics, and people not even tore her up. They just made so many memes about it, and it's not funny, but like the memes are hilarious. But I want to know, whose responsibility is it to make sure that Miss Patti LaBelle knows the lyrics to Miss Tina Turner's tribute before she hits the stage? I'm just saying, somebody fumbled the bag. Somebody did not do their job. Because didn't y'all rehearse? Who gave her the lyrics? Is there a teleprompter? There's got to be so many different checkpoints where she should have not looked like that on stage. But if you watch,
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. And it's obvious, Tori.
Well, I'll say this. When I saw it.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
What did you think?
I just thought it was like, what happened here? Like, do they practice?
Of course they do. Now, I will say, because she's a legend, I could see it being Patti doesn't practice. And I'm not saying she's
the prompter,
that way.
But all I'm saying is what happened from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You would think that, okay, Tina Turner's an icon.
Right.
Patti LaBelle is an
icon. Yep.
So you would have thought that, when she jumped on stage, it was going to be a magical moment.
Of course.
Okay, so but it was far from that. It became to be something that was on social media where people were, like you said, making memes and giving her the business, some people. But what I'm saying is, where was the breakdown?
Okay, there's so many things to say here, Tori. There are people.
Because we love Patty.
We love Patty.
Aunt Patty.
Come on now. I'm never going to be disrespectful toward Aunt Patty, but there are people calling it disrespectful. They're saying her actions were. But do you blame Patty or do you blame others?
All I'm saying is it's a bad look. I don't know if I'm ready to. I don't know if I'm ready to blame anybody for it.
Yeah.
But it's just a bad look when it's live, and this was pre-recorded. They could have just X'd that out. They didn't even have to put that on.
How pre-recorded is pre-recorded though?
I'm just saying, like the production when we see it on TV, it's been edited.
Wait, it's not. I thought it was live.
Was that live?
But like behind. You know, I thought there was a lag.
I don't know if it was live like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know because I wasn't watching it like that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when it's on TV, the production is, you know what I mean? It's usually kind of edited a little bit.
No, of course. I don't think it's literally like they did it on Saturday but aired it Sunday. I don't think it's that far in advance. But to your point, it is pre-recorded technically. I don't know if it's pre-recorded enough to like literally nix a whole segment though, you know?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
They got to do a tribute to Tina Turner, right?
Okay, well, it kind of backfired.
100%. But it's like now Patty's the one looking silly. And you say you're not ready to blame anybody, but I am. I'm ready to blame the director of the BET Awards. I'm ready to blame her manager, whoever was in charge of the teleprompter. Patti LaBelle is 80-something, okay? She's a legend honoring a legend. We need to roll out the red carpet. Give her everything she needs to be prepared. I blame the people who do not put her in a position to win. I don't blame Patty for this. I really don't.
It looked like they spent more time on her outfit and the way she looked.
Yeah.
Than actually the rehearsal.
And that's not right. Because, again, I think that the whole point in being an artist, especially at this level, Tori, you have people that are putting you in the position to win. She can't do it all herself, and she's older.
Patty looks good.
She looks great.
Her skin looks amazing.
So I think people don't realize how much older she is.
Right.
She needs help. She needs help. So I'm sorry. And it's cute. That's cute. I love that you don't want to blame anybody. I will point the fingers. I'll do it for you, but I really will.
Okay. Also, there was a situation with Uzi and JT.
Oh, gosh. What was the situation?
Well, I guess it was due to Ice Spice sitting next to Lil Uzi Vert. And JT came and threw a phone at his head while he was sitting there in the audience.
Which is very confusing, by the way, because I
feel
like
they went home together. Now, if that was Lil Uzi Vert throwing a phone at her head, it'll be. No, he wouldn't. But what I'm saying
but
is,
I know what you're saying. Double standard.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. But what I'm saying is,
did she for sure?
Is this about Ice Spice?
Video, and did she really throw the phone?
Oh yeah, she chucked it.
She chucked that phone.
Are you sure? Because the video.
Oh,
is
here we go.
I'm just. I ain't trying to defend nobody.
I watched it a couple times.
I'm watching it too. It's a little blurry.
Yeah, no, you're right, Tori. Here we go.
Hey.
All I'm saying.
Here we go.
I can't tell if
she
JT
threw that phone at his
threw
head.
the phone at Uzi Vert, and I can't tell if it was because.
And it was over Ice Spice.
I don't know about that.
Because on the Shade Room for being messy, they posted the picture of Ice Spice sitting next to Uzi Vert, and they said that he was trying to get her number or something like that.
And he got that bar about her that he rapped too.
Okay, this is what I gotta say. It's funny that y'all think that I'm defending JT, but it sounds like
you
y'all
city
talking.
Girls.
But y'all talking about
you down with the city girls.
And I love me some JT.
You in the group.
I do.
You in that city girls
of course
idea.
I am the unofficial third city girl. Don't mind me. No, but y'all just talked about a whole lot of toxic masculinity right there, saying he sat next to her and was trying to get her number. What's up with JT?
No, but what I'm saying is this is what I'm hearing from the video and things that were going on. Also, Ice Spice posted a picture being messy.
You think she was being messy?
Yeah, of course she was being messy. That's how she's spreading around being messy.
Oh, stop. Don't say spreading around. Okay. There's a lot here to unpack, y'all. First off, is it being messy on his end for trying to get somebody else's number, knowing that you're in a public space and you're connected with a different celebrity? Like, isn't he the messy party?
No, maybe he wanted a feature.
Yeah, maybe they wanted
It's
to
not
collab.
bad to ask
They
somebody
have the
for their
manager
phone
talk
number.
to her manager. Have his people call her people.
Is it that serious though?
Yeah, if he wants to feature,
What if you
of course.
chuck? Hold on. What if you chuck a phone at somebody's head?
Oh, that part.
Yeah, is it that serious? I mean,
Like Rita Ora got a phone chucked at her head the other day.
and you
had
didn't
to
like
get
that,
stitches.
yeah.
Of course I didn't. It was from a crazed fan. That's different.
It was a man throwing the phone at.
Yeah,
the
but
And he
woman.
did it on purpose.
he don't look like JT through the phone.
Come on now.
What?
See the double standard here, DJ Brother Z.
Uzi
Oh, I can't wait
started
for
it.
this minute to be up.
Uzi started it, y'all.
Oh, wow.
He was the one that was being toxic.
No way. You know.
Also, no. In Uzi's defense, I will say BT, like these award
and he
shows,
handled it like a champ. He didn't get irate.
because the
He
phone
said, "I didn't even do
the
nothing."
phone didn't get thrown at him.
Oh wow.
But these award shows, y'all, they do the seating charts. So in Uzi's defense, he shouldn't have been mad about, JT should have been mad about him sitting next to Ice because they didn't design the seating chart. BT did. So I'm defending him a little bit, but I don't think she threw the phone. It doesn't look like it to me.
Shut up, Mel.
I need proof. Give me a
Wow.
clear video in 4K. I want to see it leave
All
her
I'm
hand.
saying is salute to Lil Uzi Vert for not feeding into that energy, and he still took her home.
Ooh.
JT,
Okay,
yeah,
just making sure.
they still left. They got video of them leaving.
All right, period I, so we're fine.
Hey, thank
what
you.
What do we even talk about then? No, just kidding.
That phone. Hey, thank you for the pop culture report, Melanie Ricks.
Hey, B. Gage said Uzi started it. Period, B. Gage.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Shut up, Mel.
It's your girl Melanie Ricks from Nothing But the Truth, and there's a fantastic event coming up that you don't want to miss. The award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud to announce our inaugural Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 12th at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. We are bringing the community together for a family festival that will have something for everyone. There'll be live music, spoken word, delicious food, healthcare resources, and free giveaways. So mark your calendars and come out to enjoy the music, food, and fun at our inaugural Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 12th.
Milwaukee, the time is almost here to finally pick our next One Call That's All Gruber 5K giveaway winner, and we're doing it this Friday. So be sure to tune into Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on Friday at 8:30 a.m. to make sure you do not miss your call, because if you do, we will go down to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. Again, that is the Big Gruber 5K giveaway this Friday on Truth Be Told on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Did you know half of all cats in the United States don't see a vet on a regular basis? Hi, I'm Kat Dennings and I love cats. Like really, really love them, seriously. That's why I'm here to ask you to take your cat to the vet each and every year. I'm working with Royal Canin and Orphan Kitten Club in their program Mighty Cat, the first grant program in the world to protect and care for newborn kittens. For the Take Your Cat to the Vet initiative, which encourages cat owners across the country to schedule annual vet visits. Since it's tricky to decode our cat's behavior, it is super important to collaborate with your veterinarian to uncover any potential illnesses and learn the signs that something could be wrong. As pet owners, it is our responsibility to make sure cats of all ages have a chance to live a full and happy life by providing the care they need and deserve. Visit orphankittenclub.org/mightycat to learn more.
Join the livest radio show in Milwaukee, Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Listen every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Ricks with your news update. A 7-year-old was shot and their mother was arrested Sunday night, according to Milwaukee police. According to a statement from MPD, the shooting happened near 22nd and Orchard around 9:45 p.m. The 7-year-old was brought to the hospital, and the 37-year-old mother was taken into custody. Officers found a gun. Charges are currently pending. Greek Fest, the annual church festival held at State Fair Park, closed early Sunday and had no rides open. The move comes after Wisconsin State Fair police say that there were multiple fights Saturday night, creating a chaotic situation and causing the festival to close early. In an updated statement on Sunday, State Fair Park officials say that 4 people were arrested and many more were ejected on Saturday night. Wisconsin State Fair Park public relations organizers issued a statement saying that after a group of individuals created a chaotic situation at Greek Fest, officers from the State Fair Park Police Department and the Milwaukee Police Department intervened and made multiple arrests. The Greek Fest chairman made the decision to close early for the safety of both guests and volunteers. There were no reported injuries as a result of Saturday's fights. The event was scheduled from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday night, but was seen closed around 9 p.m. after the incident. On Sunday, Greek Fest was scheduled from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., but closed 2 hours early at 6. A Racine man will spend 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexual assaults in Kenosha and Racine counties. The cases against Matthew Crockett were cold until the state's efforts to test backlogged sexual assault kits got a hit. Crockett was charged with committing 2 sexual assaults in Kenosha in 2014 and 2015. In both cases, police said that he dragged his victims into a car and raped them. Crockett pleaded guilty to 3 counts of second-degree sexual assault. On Friday, a judge sentenced Crockett to 18 years in prison and 18 years of extended supervision. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show continues next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe, want all the action? Or you want all the smoke? Oh, this thing. I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I done seen Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man, how are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Welcome to the Second hour of the Tory Lowe Show this Monday, June 26, 2023. And we got a couple things to talk about. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears. We're going to head to Ohio, Claremont County, where a father pleads not guilty after confessing to shooting his 3 sons. Now this father did all of this in front of the mom, made her watch it. Let's listen to see what took place.
New tonight, a Claremont County man pleaded not guilty today to 21 charges against him after he confessed to killing his 3 sons. According to our news partner, WCPO in Cincinnati, a judge ordered Chad Dorman to be held without bail while he waits for a pretrial hearing next month. Now, prosecutors said last week Dorman shot his 4-year-old son Hunter, his 7-year-old son Clayton, and 3-year-old son Chase.
I can only imagine that the terror that these little boys felt and experienced as their father, their protector, was murdering them.
I think they need to just hurry up and do what they got to do and don't waste no money on him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a bad man. You know, he needs to be dealt with swiftly.
The prosecutor said he will push for the death penalty. The boys' funerals are tomorrow.
Now that's crazy. You know, and we have people calling in talking about what's going on, you know, in black communities. Well, this is going on in all communities. Domestic violence. This is a white male that did this, that shot his sons. And I don't know what motivated the situation, but I saw a video of the police arresting him, and his face looked like he had no remorse about what he had just did. You know what I mean? He just was talking calm, like, hey, like, turn me over. I'm not going to hurt nobody. He was just calm, and it seems like he, you know, a savage beast. This is sad to see that a situation where this father did this to his family. I hope he gets the death penalty for this. It's no excuse. It's nothing that can make, there's no defense for you to take away your 3 children, your sons, no matter what took place. And we talking about things, violence, domestic violence, it's affecting everybody. So let's not make one race the face of anything. Let's say that this is an issue that we all need to try to address because it's out of hand. When I was doing domestics, when I was helping women, I'm talking about it got real heavy like 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 during COVID. I'm talking about I'm out here every other day dealing with a domestic situation, a woman trying to leave the situation that was being abused. It was all races of women. I had a Native American woman call me about her being domestically abused. I had a white woman call me about her being domestically abused. Black, Hispanic. Domestic abuse is all across the board. I hope this guy gets the death penalty for what he did. Terrible. But let's head over. Now, this has been another situation that we should really talk about because this has a lot of moving parts. The situation that took place where they said the mother and the 14-year-old son was being charged with killing a man after the mother was struck twice in the face. Now, for those who've been watching online, this has been the conversation. Was that self-defense? And we have some of the live footage that happened where you can see the man claiming that he was going to hit the woman in the face if she don't get her food and leave, or if she say one more word, he was going to punch her in the face. She kept talking. He hit her hard. You would have thought this man was hitting another man the way he hit this woman. And then he did it twice. Then you hear a gunshot go off, which is, I'm assuming, her 14-year-old son trying to protect his mom. Play some of that social media footage. DJ Brother Z.
Fool! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Hey, and this is, to me, is horrifying because there were men in the line. You know, you can watch this footage. Somebody was recording. You got grown men in the line watching this take place. I mean, you would have thought that the grown men would have intervened for the woman or for, just, hey, look, this is a woman. Hey, back this up. Let's break this up. Well, I guess the woman texted her son. They said that she sent her son a text message to come in and shoot. But if I'm watching my mother get punched in the face, I don't know. I'm going to do whatever, I'm going to do whatever. I'm probably going to blank out. You know what I mean? You hit my mama. And that's what he did. Let's listen to the news article on the charges.
At $3 million for the 35-year-old West Pullman mother who, according to prosecutors, got into a fierce verbal argument with a Southside restaurant patron. This was Sunday night while they were waiting in line for food, the situation quickly escalating into a deadly encounter.
During that altercation, the defendant began texting her son.
Cook County prosecutors describing how Carlisha Hood summoned her 14-year-old son, who was out in the parking lot late Sunday night at this Maxwell Street Express restaurant at 116th and South Halstead, and then things started heating up.
The argument between the victim and the defendant turned physical when the victim punched the defendant in the head approximately 3 times.
The store surveillance video capturing the moment the 14-year-old sees his mother getting punched, investigators say, and that's when the teen allegedly pulls a gun from his pocket.
The co-defendant fired a shot at the victim inside of Maxwell, striking the victim in the back. As the victim fled, the co-defendant followed him and fired additional shots. The defendant instructed her son, the co-defendant, to continue to shoot and kill the victim.
The 35-year-old Hood, according to prosecutors, ordering her son to shoot another restaurant patron who thought the initial verbal dispute was funny, but the teen wrestling the gun away from his mother. And thankfully, no more shots fired, but the damage was done. The 32-year-old male victim succumbing to his injuries. Mother and son now facing first-degree murder charges and a host of other offenses. We'll have more coming up at 6 o'clock.
Now, Carlisha Hood, she has a valid firearm owner's ID and is a concealed carry holder. This is a sticky situation. All right, well, when we come back, I'm hearing that now the young 14-year-old, well, you got to wait. Yeah, y'all got to wait. We're still some more to this story. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's that time, Milwaukee. Summerfest is finally here. Come and enjoy the world's largest music festival this Thursday through Saturday this week. Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest, and not only can you see great music performances, you can watch me do nothing but the truth live from Summerfest from noon to 1 on Thursday and Friday. Don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com.
Hey, Truth fans, it's Dee Kemp, Vice President of Programs for Axe Housing. I am so excited to give you some information about how we can help you and your family reach the dream of owning your own home. At Axe Housing, we know you may be struggling to buy your own home due to financial strain, or maybe you don't even know how to get started on the path to home ownership. This is where Axe Housing can help. We will provide you with your own home buying coaching team who will help you with the entire home buying process from start to finish. That includes the home search, the loan process, and the big closing day on your dream home. Why rent when you can own? Here at Axe Housing, we help prepare families for successful home ownership. Stop paying rent and start building wealth. Reach out to our Axe Housing team today because we believe in you and we know home ownership can be within your reach. Visit us today at axehousing.org to get started. That's actshousing.org.
On the Rocks Premium Cocktails offer modern twists on the classic cocktails. Developed by award-winning mixologists, the On the Rocks cocktails combine premium spirits and natural ingredients. Wherever you are, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails give you the convenience of bar-quality cocktails created with brands that you know and trust, like the Effin' Cosmopolitan and Hornitos Margarita. Pour over ice and enjoy. Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks ready-to-serve cocktails, 20 to 35% alcohol by volume.
When you open an Educators Credit Union checking account, you can say goodbye to surprise fees and hello to a whole lot of perks. Enjoy rewards, cashback, discounts, and card customizations with their convenient digital services and nationwide network of over 60,000 fee-free ATMs. You can also access your account anytime, anywhere. Join Educators Credit Union today and take advantage of all the benefits that come with a checking account. Get started at ECU.com, federally insured by NCUA.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The other I'm going for the win. Pulled up with that then pulled off with a friend. I ain't get that, just know we got it in. Gave my partner 50 cent, he shot man and man. If it's us versus them, who you think gon' win? If it's us versus them, who you think gon' win? If it's us versus them, who you think gon' win? Then I drop that pen, we gon' spin again. I'ma spin, we gon' slide. Drop that pen.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We going to stay in the Chicago area where a mother and her 14-year-old son was in a situation where they were in a restaurant and the mother got in some type of argument with a male who then proceeded to punch her in the face twice. And the 14-year-old son shot. Now, they said he shot again once he shot the first time, and this is where they were saying he was going to be charged after the first initial shot. But breaking news, we have some news out of Chicago right now that the Cook County prosecutors have dropped the murder charges against the mother and her son in the shooting death of a man during a fight in a fast food restaurant in Chicago earlier this month. Let's listen to see what took place.
And more breaking news, the Cook County State's attorneys dropping charges against Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son. You remember Hood was accused of encouraging her son to shoot a man, but video that recently surfaced shows Jeremy Brown yelling and attacking Hood inside a Southside restaurant. Before the shooting, activists had argued that the actions were self-defense.
Hey, look, I saw this. I even asked, one of those Atlanta cops that came to the Truth for Cops and Clippers. He hit me up. And he said, Tory, what do you think about the situation? And I said, this looked like self-defense. And he argued that since he continued shooting the male, that negated the self-defense. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If you hit me in the face or if you hit my wife or somebody in the face, I'm not going to have any control over what I do. I'm not going to be thinking about the law and protecting my loved one. I'm not going to say, okay, I only got one shot here. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like when you get up, when you try to defend, you gotta put the target away. That's all I'm saying. So when I look at this video and I see how he just hauled off and just punched this woman, Carlisa Hood, if I was her son, 14 years old, watching this, I don't know. I mean, I think that he's justified, the young boy, and now they have dropped the charges of murder where they were about to prosecute. But somebody always had a camera. Y'all always talk about why people filming stuff. Why don't they get involved? Well,
because it gets people arrested.
Right. And I think that this is a case where a person filmed this and got these people off. Because before they saw the video that's been going viral of him actually hitting the woman, they were being charged. And y'all always talk about people why they filming. Well, thank God. Thank God that this was filmed, because when you look at the video of like before they saw this phone footage, they was only showing the footage of the boy standing in the door, and they was showing the footage of the mother coming into the restaurant. They didn't show any footage of the altercation, and they were saying that these people killed somebody, the narrative. And a lot of people were taking sides. I even seen on social media where people said it was not justified. But now that we have the video, somebody holding the cell phone up, taking a recording, the right thing took place. But I want to open up the lines to Truth Nation. Is there a self-defense for protecting the loved one? Is there a cutoff point? And, I mean, who is this to say how you're going to interpret the assault? Who is to say that at that moment you can even rationalize anything other than the person, your loved one, being assaulted? Is there a time to react in a way like this 14-year-old boy coming to the aid of his mother? I'm interested. I'm interested because I saw so many people weighing in on this that said it was self-defense, that said it wasn't self-defense. I always said that looked like self-defense, and now today they have dropped the charges against the mother and her son. But if you look at the headlines, it said mother tells 14-year-old boy to shoot somebody. The headlines was crazy. But now that they have this video, all of it has been dropped. I want to hear, is there ever a time, Truth Nation, to use force? Is it? I mean, if you're out here this summer and somebody, does something to put you in a position where you have to defend yourself, is there ever a time, and what would be the scenario? Because I think it's always going to be something that happens, and many times are we, prepared, because a lot of people have been saying, even the police in the city of Milwaukee said they feeling unsafe. Look what happened at the Greek Fest. Look what's going on around us. Is there ever a time where you will consider to defend yourself or your loved one? In this case, where in Chicago, where the mother was concealed carry. The mother was concealed carry. And the son had the gun to protect his mother. Is there ever a time you felt that you had to defend yourself in a way where you can use deadly force? I'm interested. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. And I'm not talking about y'all just arguing and you got high blood pressure. I'm not talking about that kind of defense, because you can just go home. You know how some of y'all get to arguing and then you want to fight. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something serious. Is there ever a time where you feel it's the right time to apply the deadly force idea? Now, I'm not talking about you wanting your $20 back because you ain't get paid that $20 back and you upset. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about true life and death situations. We gonna head to the lines. Eddie, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Good day, Tori Lowe. How you doing today?
How you doing, brother Eddie?
I'm doing okay. Tori, this just reeks of white privilege. I can't believe that Cook County didn't come down on this. This is premeditated first-degree murder. This is white privilege gone awry. Sorry.
Wow. Explain, Eddie. Explain your logic. I'm interested.
This guy blasts the chick. He blasts her and he knocks her out. I didn't see the video, but I've heard enough about it. So he pops her a couple of times. She goes down or she goes out. She wakes up, must have called her son, who's 14.
No, he
and
was
told
standing right
him
there.
that- I thought you said he called in the car. I've heard a couple different things.
No. He was. I didn't
So
say
he
that. I
goes-
said he was standing there on the video. When you look at where they first initially let out the video, they only showed the clips of the son standing there while his mother was getting hit.
Okay, so the kid's 14 years old, goes to the car, grabs the gun on the mother's request, and tells the mom to shoot, right? Or did the mom shoot?
No, the boy shot. Now, you got to watch the video because the guy hit his mom twice in the face and said he was going to hit her in the face if she don't shut up.
Right, yeah. So it's premeditated, and here's the thing.
I don't know,
Tori,
Eddie.
if you and I are outside a Popeyes getting chicken, okay, and we get in an argument, and you pull out a baseball bat and hit me 25 times while I'm on the ground, if you turn around to retreat and I pull out my gun and shoot you, and your back is to me, you're retreating, you can no longer use deadly force.
Is it?
That's the deal.
I'll
Go ahead.
tell you this. Okay, let's do it in reverse. Let's say we outside some Italian pizza place. And you
it's horrible.
I'm just saying, we outside some pizza place, and next thing you know, you hit me with a bat.
Yes.
And so you turn to run away. If I get to my strap, it's temporary insanity at that point. I'm not thinking about the law. I'm thinking about you tried to take my life. You assaulted me with a bat?
I hate to say it. I agree with you. I agree.
Look, I
that
blacked out.
this
I don't even remember.
The DA's office, depending on who it is and who you are, these rules seem to bend depending on who you are, who it is, what jurisdiction you're in, okay? I agree that this guy, once they shot him, he had it coming, okay? But a DA's office, going by the letter of the law, depending on what jurisdiction you're in, might not see it that way. So if you're retreating and I pull out the gun and I shoot you and your back is to me, that's not going to be first-degree murder, but it's certainly going to be at least manslaughter.
All right, but how do I know you even ran if you hit me in the head with a bat? I may not even be seeing straight. I may just be.
You know what?
I may just be aiming just for whatever's in front of me.
Well, that's it. You know what? It's a fair question. It's a good question.
Right.
I probably think this guy deserved to get whacked. He deserved to get shot for sure. You know, But the fact of the matter is that these laws, even though the laws are in the book, and if they go by the letter of the law, these people should be in jail. They should have been booked with at least second degree. But they saw the total circumstances, and they didn't apply the law to them. They pick and choose who they want to enforce the law on. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
This Chad Dorman that's in Ohio that killed his 3 kids.
He's about the white killers.
Yeah, hold on.
Ahead,
no,
Tori.
this is what happened. This is what happened.
Okay.
He did this.
Yeah.
And so
I heard about that.
Should he get the electric chair?
Well, yeah, it's a sad story. The guy was a good husband. He was a good father, great in his community. Started listening to gangster rap, and I guess it changed him. Is what I heard.
Hush
Sorry.
up, boy. Oh, wow.
Through the rumor mill.
No, what
And
I'm
so,
saying
yeah,
is, he probably, if he was listening to anything, he could have been listening to the Island Boys. That's what he probably was listening to.
Island boy.
Hey, that's what that's what he was listening to, because he did this in front of his wife.
Yeah, of course he should, of course. But here's the problem. Here's the issue. Is it better to die 7 years into your prison term, or is it more punishable to rot in prison for 50 years without the love of a woman, without any freedom? What's more punishable?
Well, you know how long it takes for people to actually get to the the death idea
about
from
11
the state.
years.
Yeah,
About
so,
11
so
years
like I
on
said,
that.
he'll get a taste of both.
Yeah, sad. The whole thing's sad when you hear about it's not the first father to freak out on his
It
kid.
sounds like one of your mentees.
How did you hear about that, Tori? How did you hear? That's all a rumor.
Hey, sound like one of your mentees that went astray, Eddie.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Nothing official has been said about that, Tori. I have no comment as of this time, but I will be commenting down the road on that.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for tapping in, Eddie. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to stay on the lines, and we're going to see what we have on the Talk to Text lines. Is there ever a time where you consider self-defense, using deadly force? We're going to talk about it when we get back. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Hush up, boy.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen, and how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? There'd be no memories of riding the Sky Glider at sunset, and you'd never know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before seeing your favorite band. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes, and every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I lost my 10-year-old daughter, Teresa, to COVID in just a few short days. Teresa was a healthy child who loved to dance. When Teresa got sick, I didn't think it was serious until she was rushed to the hospital. COVID and flu can be serious for anyone, but they're especially dangerous for communities of color. Please get your COVID and flu vaccines and stay up to date on all immunizations, because vaccines save lives.
To learn how to protect your family, visit vaccinateyourfamily.org/learn.
It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
What's up, everybody? It's Melanie Ricks, and it's time to see what's poppin' with today's Pop Culture Report. The 2023 BET Awards were on Sunday night, and the audience was treated to quite the reunion. The Migos reunited at the award show on Sunday, but of course now the trio is a duo, and they took the time to honor their late bandmate Takeoff with an emotional performance that brought the house down. Quavo and Offset of the Migos surprised everyone when they hit the stage an hour into the event at the Microsoft Theater in LA to pay tribute to Takeoff, who, as you know, was fatally shot at a bowling alley last November. The alleged killer, Patrick Xavier Clark, was indicted last month for Takeoff's murder. Decked out in all-black leather, the two Migos kicked things off by diving into Hotel Lobby, which is a song that was produced by Quavo and Takeoff, as the crowd went wild. Special effects sent the show to the outer limits with a spaceship appearing on a large screen, which eventually took off as flames shot up from the stage. A massive image of Takeoff then morphed onto the screen behind Quavo and Offset while they were singing and dancing. The pair then cranked out the Migos' biggest hit, Bad and Bougie, which rocketed to #1 on the Billboard charts and was nominated for Best Rap Performance at the 2018 Grammys. By any musical standard, it was a memorable moment and the first time that Quavo and Offset appeared on stage together since Takeoff's death. Now the question on everybody's mind, will Quavo and Offset carry on the Migos torch as a duo? Or was that the last performance that we will ever see with the two as part of the Migos? And will they from here on out be known as solo artists only? Now, of course, only time will tell. But no matter what happens, as a huge Migos fan myself, I appreciate them giving us exactly what we've been wanting ever since Takeoff's unfortunate passing. May he continue to rest in peace. And that's what's poppin'.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzek. The Brewers take 2 of 3 against the Guardians in Cleveland. The road trip continues tonight with the first of 3 games in New York against the Mets. Milwaukee begins the day a half game back of the Reds for first place in the NL Central. Brewers manager Craig Counsell on Owen Miller's contribution to Sunday's win in extra innings.
Couple doubles and the big hit to win it, so great to see, and got the big hit that we needed.
Here tonight's game on 620 WTMJ with coverage beginning at 5:35. NBA draft is a thing of the past. Next up for the Bucks, free agency. It begins June 30th in the NBA. Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez among the free agent decisions the Bucks will have to make. Younger members of the roster will be off to Vegas July 7th to begin the Summer League. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Roll another one.
Sit up, never like you know it's special packet with the automatics. We gon' set them to heaven. Wait. Hey. Woo! Shake it. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that I move.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, we talking about the situation that happened in Chicago where the mother basically was assaulted. Hit in the face twice. 14-year-old son pulls out the blicky and shoots. And I heard that he shot him in the back as well. He had fired a couple more times. But they were facing first-degree murder charges, but it was dropped. The charges was dropped. And, you know, when you watch the situation, when you look at the situation, what would you have done if you seen your mother get hit twice in the face ordering food? I mean, I'm thinking it's self-defense. I talked to ex-law enforcement officers, and they felt that the first couple shots, the first shot was self-defense. After he started trying to get out, escape, and get away, those extra shots was where the manslaughter charges could have came. But today, the charges were dropped on the mother, Carlisa Hood, and her son down in Chicago. But I wanna, before I get to the lines again, there's another situation that we were talking about where this was down in Florida, where remember the situation where the mother was knocking on the door and the white woman shot her through the door in Florida? Prosecutors are saying there's insufficient evidence for that murder to be charged, to charge that woman for shooting that black mother who knocked on the door. This is according to CNN. Florida officials have declined to file murder charges against a woman accused of shooting and killing her neighbor through the door, citing insufficient evidence. So here we go. I mean, I thought that this woman shot through the door. If anybody should have been charged, it should have been her. After she threw something, an item or some type of object at one of her kids' heads, and the mother went over there to talk to her, she shot her through the door.
You mean the white lady that was calling them racial slurs
Right.
before she shot
Yeah,
through
the
the door?
white lady that was calling the kids racial slurs before the mother went over there and knocked on the door. And she shot her through the door. Now, I believe that situation should have resulted in some charges. Her name is Susan Lawrence, 58-year-old white woman from Marion County. She was accused of fatally shooting her neighbor after she repeatedly knocked on the door. They're saying it's insufficient evidence right now coming out of Florida. Wow. Hey, look, we're going to open up the lines. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Is there a time to use deadly force? Have you ever been in a situation where you thought that you could have actually used deadly force? I want to know, because now people are just shooting first and asking questions later. I mean, is there a time? And when is the time? Or have you ever been in a situation where it could have happened? Like this 14-year-old boy down in Chicago, standing there while his mother getting beat, and he shot. The DA have dropped the charges against him. I'm going to head to the lines. Al, you on the new 1017 The Truth, tap in.
Well, I think it's always a time depending on the situation, but you must understand if you're black, you're always guilty. Now, look at Jalen Walter in that was Ohio, who was shot 46 times, and he had 90 bullets shot at him by police. Those police officers at home. Let's not forget the Virginia cop who shot an unarmed black man 10 times, and he had no weapon. Let's not forget about the two people, the one in Arizona who was in the wheelchair, and in Los Angeles. And them cops unloaded their guns, and those cops are still at home with their families. So I know a previous caller said it was premeditated. So how is it premeditated for the people in Chicago, but all the people where the police unload the guns, 46 bullets, 90 bullets, 10 bullets, and sometimes these is 4, 5, 6, 7 police officers who unload guns. Now, wouldn't that be premeditated? And those police officers are still at home. So what's so different about that? And what about all the black people who were shot in the head and didn't have no weapons? And they're still able to go home and see their family prosper. So you got to understand they use two different dictionaries. There's two set of rules. If you're black, stand back, and you're going to be proven as being guilty anyway. So with everything being premeditated, and you look at everything that's happening with black people, why is it not premeditated for police officers who's constantly unloading guns on the black folks and they're still sitting at home? So if these police officers should be able to go home, any person who had to protect themselves should be able to go home too. Even the guy who went down to 7th District and shot it up, he should be at home as well. So we can't talk about equality when there's double standards. Don't you think?
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. When is the right time? I mean, because I'll tell you this. I read the laws, and if a person feels that their life is in danger, they have, or a loved one's life is in danger, they have a right to use force to preserve their life. We're going to stay on the lines. Rio, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
What's going on, Tory Lowe?
Hey, how you doing, Rio?
All right. If I was put in that situation, I've been telling Mama call Tory Lowe.
Hey.
Call Tory Lowe. If y'all got that on camera, call Tory Lowe.
Man, I mean, when you talk about like being able to protect, defend, to preserve, I mean, when I see that situation down in Chicago, and many times, even in my own life, I just chose not to shoot. I just chose to try to find an alternative way around actually trying to take somebody's life. You know what I mean? But
right. And with that situation, you got to understand that's a little boy. He probably, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to stereotype. I don't know if he got a father at home, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, he could be with it, you know what I'm saying? She could be a single parent, and you know what I'm saying? He his mom protection. You know what I'm saying? So it could have went like that. You know what I'm saying? And how he was hitting on her, man, that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really lied on his grandma. He said he's going to knock her out. He didn't even knock her out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, man, that's, you don't do that, especially over no argument. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say it's two sides to a story. I mean, it's messed up that you know what I'm saying? Not even that he lost his life, that, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess people saying he had kids, for the kids' sake, it's messed up. But, you know what I'm saying?
But the way he was hitting on that woman, it seemed like he could have been hitting on his baby mama. I don't know. But anybody,
exactly.
ain't no normal male just gonna haul off on a female over no argument.
No, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially over no words. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be telling like I be seeing dudes hit on females. I be telling them like in Milwaukee, I said, man, you gangster, because you know what I'm saying. You know you going down. You touch a female in Wisconsin, and they I said, y'all women beaters, y'all some bad people, because y'all know where y'all going. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't see hitting on a female. I just wasn't raised like that. Yeah, I don't understand it. To that, over some food, the way, I don't know if he was off drugs or what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, when you look at the video, and thank God that somebody was recording, and a lot of people go against people, why y'all not doing something, why y'all I mean, many times I think that if you don't have this video, the mother and the son is being charged with murder.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could have de-escalated that.
Well,
but,
it was men in front of the line that was closer to the situation. That soon as he got to punching her, they left. Oh, you said don't get involved.
They got up out of there.
So you saying this day and age, don't get involved in nothing like that?
I mean, I mean, like, especially if you don't know the situation. I mean, I understand people that was there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nowadays, like, far as like you said with deadly force, like, man, you don't know it. Shoot first, ask question later. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but like, you know what I'm saying, with these young boys ain't playing. They cowboys out here. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't finna try to, you know what I'm saying, give them the benefit of the doubt, because they gonna shoot without question. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the day and age is just messed up, man. You can't you trying to talk to somebody and you'll lose your life, man. Trying to, you know what I'm saying?
What you trying to set them on the straight and narrow?
Yeah. You know, these young boys, I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They'll put you down.
You know, I was watching Menace to Society, and remember when Kane jacked that man in the drive-thru? And he said, we supposed to be brothers. He was like, what?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Don't preach that to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's messed up.
Wow. All right, Rio, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Hey, look, when we come back, we got some talk to text, DJ Brother Z. We're going to see what we have on the talk to text lines. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, I want you to join me Saturday, July 22nd, as the Truth and I team up for our walk against violence. Violence is a problem which impacts us all, but together we can make a difference. Tap into the Tory Lowe Show throughout the month of July, as I will be joined by community leaders and policymakers to have a robust discussion on how we can curb violence while also offering resources to better serve our community. The time is now to bring an end to senseless violence in our communities. So go to 1017thetruth.com time to join us for our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 22nd.
On the Rocks, premium cocktails are now being served at Whitetail. Located in downtown Milwaukee at 1110 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, you can join them this Saturday, July 1st, from 10 p.m. to midnight for the chance to enjoy these premium cocktails on them. Try their effing Cosmopolitan or Nito's Margarita in Knob Creek Old Fashioned. You can also purchase these products locally at Pick and Save Midtown. Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks, ready to serve cocktails.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. Weezy out here. Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign running on diesel, dog. Playing with my name, this lethal, dog. Who you see? What? Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it now, you gotta show me.
Truth Nation. Violence is a problem that affects us all, but together we can make a difference. The award-winning 1017 The Truth wants to ignite positive change and bring awareness to the senseless violence occurring in our community. This is why we're hosting our inaugural Truth Walk Against Violence, led by myself, Tory Lowe, on Saturday, July 22nd, from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right to the front of our studios at 3rd Street Market Hall. Over the next month, I will be speaking with community leaders about how we can better provide resources and work as a community to raise up against violence. If you want to join the fight to stop the violence in our communities, go to 1017thetruth.com right now and sign up for our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 22nd. Once again, reserve that date, July 22nd. We will be out on my first Truth Walk Against Violence. You know, I used to walk to Chicago every year for the last 7 years, but this year I decided to do it inside the city. So if you want to join us, go to 1017thetruth.com. Sign up your family for this Walk Against Violence. It's going to be a one of those times where we got to start taking a stance. I fight against violence all the time. Families call me to deal with a lot of the shootings in the cities. But, you know, I'll tell you this, you know, it's going to take a multitude of us to put a dent in what we're seeing. And it's going to take us to take the lead on this, the people. It's going to take us to really turn things around. And many times we say we don't know how, we don't know where to start. But let's start with us. Let's start with our family members. Let's start with the nieces and nephews that we have and our families. Let's start with the neighborhoods that's right in front of us, right outside our doorways. We got to get ahead of this, and we got to get active leadership instead of leadership that's scared to come in the community without security. They come in the neighborhoods telling us what to do, but they got 3 security guards, and they afraid to be amongst their people. That's all I'm saying. When you had the homie tribe people out here, they'll make it sound slick, but are they willing to roll up their sleeves and do the real work? And I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that from the leadership. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's our community. These are our people. These are our children. It's up to us to make the rules. It's up to us to decide how we're going to move forward. And we all have to agree that senseless violence have to stop. We can no longer harbor people that are out here being messy. I call it being messy, being toxic, causing issues, harm to innocent life. We have to draw the line in the sand. I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm telling you, every other day I'm out here dealing with some of the worst situations, and I don't see none of the leadership. I mean, I've been out here for a while, and I ain't seen them show up to nothing. They'll get on the press conference, but they ain't gonna hit the block. And that's that. We need leadership that's not afraid to get it done. Hey, look, when we come back, we gonna stay on the lines. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
This is 2-time Emmy Award winner Telly Hughes, and the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is proud to announce our inaugural Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 12th at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. We are bringing the community together for a family festival that will have something for everyone. So mark your calendars now and come out to enjoy the music, food, and fun at our inaugural Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 12th.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Tory Lowe, and the time is now, Milwaukee. I believe the people who listen to the Tory Lowe Show are ready for real change in the community and love to bring all the smoke. Tap in, Truth Nation, to the Tory Lowe Show every day from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the new 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The movement continues. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Why? Why take a chance? Why risk a mistake? Why say something? We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause, that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my family.
I see safe for my friends.
I see say for my students.
We see say for each other.
I see say because all of this matters.
We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies this community we're all a part of. So protect your everyday. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
–
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Ricks with your news update. A 7-year-old was shot and their mother was arrested Sunday night, according to Milwaukee police. According to a statement from MPD, the shooting happened near 22nd and Orchard around 9:45 p.m. The 7-year-old was brought to the hospital, and the 37-year-old mother was taken into custody. Officers found a gun. Charges are currently pending. Greek Fest, the annual church festival held at State Fair Park, closed early Sunday and had no rides open. The move comes after Wisconsin State Fair police say that there were multiple fights Saturday night, creating a chaotic situation and causing the festival to close early. In an updated statement on Sunday, State Fair Park officials say that 4 people were arrested and many more were ejected on Saturday night. Wisconsin State Fair Park public relations organizers issued a statement saying that after a group of individuals created a chaotic situation at Greek Fest, officers from the State Fair Park Police Department and the Milwaukee Police Department intervened and made multiple arrests. The Greek Fest chairman made the decision to close early for the safety of both guests and volunteers. There were no reported injuries as a result of Saturday's fights. The event was scheduled from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday night, but was seen closed around 9 p.m. after the incident. On Sunday, Greek Fest was scheduled from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., but closed 2 hours early at 6. A Racine man will spend 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexual assaults in Kenosha and Racine counties. The cases against Matthew Crockett were cold until the state's efforts to test backlogged sexual assault kits got a hit. Crockett was charged with committing 2 sexual assaults in Kenosha in 2014 and 2015. In both cases, police said that he dragged his victims into a car and raped them. Crockett pleaded guilty to 3 counts of second-degree sexual assault. On Friday, a judge sentenced Crockett to 18 years in prison and 18 years of extended supervision. This was the news update on 101.7 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show continues next here on the new 101.7 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe, want all the action? Or you want all the smoke? Oh, this thing. I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed, this is the Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. And sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live From American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue, the movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Welcome to the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show this Monday, June 26, 2023. And we've been circling around the wagons in Chicago with the mother and the 14-year-old son that was involved in a shooting of a man at the restaurant that to me was self-defense, and the charges was dropped. Today, the charges were dropped against the mother and the 14-year-old son, that saying that it was due to somebody recording what happened inside of the restaurant, that the prosecution doesn't have enough to go ahead with the charges of murder, the murder charges. So those charges have been dropped. Then we went over to Florida, where the woman shot the black woman through the door. And this is interesting because this white woman, 58-year-old white woman, she was into it with the woman's children. And this is a sad situation because she threw an item, either it was a skate or something, at one of the black kids that she called all kinds of names and racial slurs. And the mother went over there to address the situation. And this Susan Lawrence, 58 years old, shot through the door. Let's listen.
It was not a long-standing feud or dispute. This was this 58-year-old white woman who constantly antagonized the children living in an apartment complex for playing in a field that was a field that nobody owned. She would come and she would use racial epithets, calling them the N-word, telling them this is not the Underground Railroad, you slaves. I mean, just deplorable things. And on this day, she did that, and the children left when she came and berated them, and her 9-year-old grandson left his iPad. She took the iPad when her 12-year-old son with his 9-year-old brother went to get the iPad back. She threw a skate at them, and she threw the iPad and cracked the iPad. And so then they went and told their mother. Their mother came over, knocked on the door 4 to 5 times, said, "I know you hear me," and pow, shot through a locked metal door.
Make no mistake, it was no dispute. It was this woman terrorizing the children in the neighborhood, terrorizing, bullying the kids, being kids, playing in an area that she had no rights to. They did nothing wrong.
When you fire a gun into a door knowing someone is on the other side of it, that sounds premeditated to me. And I'm curious about this, what your feeling is about the charge of manslaughter and not murder.
It absolutely is murder. And it's shocking and appalling that it hasn't been charged as so. Wholeheartedly, I believe if the roles were reversed, it would be murder. No doubt. It's devastating.
Yeah. So, and the state attorney now has the ability, based on the evidence, to increase the charges, Charles and Brad, if he so chooses. That's what we call prosecutorial discretion. It happens all the time with people in our community, where the police charge one thing and they up the charges.
The family has been destroyed. 3-year-old, 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 12-year-old. Lost their mother forever. 2 witnessed the murder of their mother. Tragedy doesn't begin to describe. Their lives will never, never be the same. They will forever be affected by this.
Hey, look, that was Benjamin Crump and the family members of the black woman who went to the door, knocked on the door, tried to get some answers, and was shot by Susan Lorenz, Florida officials have declined to file murder charges against the woman accused of shooting and killing her neighbor through the door, citing insufficient evidence. Now, this is totally opposite of what took place in Chicago, where a mother and her 14-year-old son was ordering food. Looked like they were getting food, and this man, I don't even know what started the argument, but thank God that there was some video. You can hear the video where he's told her if she keeps talking, he's going to punch her, get her food, and shut up. And to me, there's no argument that should result in you punching somebody in the face. I mean, unless there's some type of physical idea from the person. Like when you initiate a punch, especially a male on female punch, and you're punching this woman like it's another male, like you're trying to knock this woman out twice. The 14-year-old boy had to respond, which led to the death of this man, and the charges were dropped today. The woman and her son, the charges of first-degree murder were dropped today. But if you want to comment on the conversation today, 833-212-1017, talk to text 833-212-1017. Tap in. It's interesting to see the two situations, the one in Florida where the woman shot through the door, and they're saying that's insufficient evidence. This white woman shot this black woman after terrorizing her kids. She was let go. We're going to head to the lines. Sherman, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, Sherman?
I'm all right. This is my issues with both of those things. The dude in Chicago, he got what he deserved, probably a little bit more. They should have emptied the clip on. If it was my mama, you getting the whole clip. As far as that white lady, this is what trips me out about us as black folks. Well, all these so-called gangs, I don't give a care which one you want to name. They was all going off about Charleston White, talking about King Von. Why ain't nobody pulled up on that white lady? Why not? Why not? What now? You ain't heard not one person pull up on gonna do anything to that white lady. But let another black man blink our way, the wrong way. Oh, they gonna empty the clip out on the whole block. They gonna spin the block about King Von. But you don't hear none of them say. You ain't gonna hear none of them pull up at that white lady house. We are our own worst enemies. We will pull up on each other for a mean mug, but they ain't gonna pull up on somebody that killed their mama like that. They got dudes representing King Von all the way from here to Oklahoma. Ain't nothing in Oklahoma except some damn desert land. But ain't nobody pulled up on that white lady yet. They gonna make up every excuse in the world. Oh yeah, the mama, she had too many curls in her head, or she had They gonna make up every excuse. But when it come to that white lady, ain't nobody gonna pull up on her. Just like George Zimmerman, he killed himself. George Zimmerman didn't die of somebody else killing him, but we'll pull up on each other in a heartbeat. We'll spin the block.
Is George Zimmerman dead?
Go to the gun store and get some more. George Zimmerman accidentally killed himself. They say.
Oh, I gotta look that up. DJ Brothers,
yep,
look that up.
I want to say.
Hey, thank you for tapping in, Sherman. Appreciate you for tapping in. I gotta look. I didn't hear that George Zimmerman was dead or not, but we may have to look that up. Tim, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Good afternoon, Tori and the crew.
How you doing, Tim?
Yeah, get DJ Brothers and look it up because I hadn't heard anything about that either.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Eddie is the spokesperson, so Eddie said out of his own mouth that it is selective prosecution with these law enforcement and DA and those guys said it is selective prosecution. So it's not just us that's saying it; there are other people saying it too.
Right, and the thing is, when you see the mother in Florida that went over to talk to this woman after she assaulted her kids, threw a skate at one of her kids' heads, went over there to talk to see what was going on, was shot through the door, killed. After this woman terrorized her children, she was let off. They're saying that it's insufficient evidence. I mean, it's just, you can't even make this up. Then you have the mother in Chicago that was punched in the face. She was initially arrested, but due to somebody having a cell phone video showing what took place, which caused the situation to be dropped. I mean, do we have to have everything on video now? Do we have to have it on video? I guess we do got to get these people back out here with the cameras if we want justice. I don't know. We're going to stay on the lines. Rolando, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Yes, Joey, I agree with you. I think there was
Hey, you got to clear up your phone lines. You got to clear up the phone lines.
I think it was something with the situation with the 14-year-old.
Your phone lines, you're not coming through clear. You may want to take it off speaker, or you may want to make some adjustments. Call back, get a clear line, Rolando. But DJ Brother Z, what are they saying on the talk to text lines? And by the way, George Zimmerman is not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead. But Al said if black men don't jump in, black women will always be the number one unprotected on earth. What if it was your mother and you weren't there? Would you want someone to protect your mother?
And to me, when they say black women are some of the most some of the most unprotected women on the planet, I say that when you see these two situations, why would the black male strike this woman over whatever argument? Because you can hear him say, get your food and don't say nothing else or I'm going to knock you out, right? Why would that be the conclusion of the argument toward this black woman? The aggression. As you can see on video, she's standing there with her hands non-threatening, but look what took place. Then you look in Florida where the mother goes in to defend her child, to go in there and talk about what this lady was doing to her children. And they were playing in a neutral space in the field that wasn't on anyone's property, according to attorney Benjamin Crump. And when they say they have insufficient evidence to press charges against this white woman, it just makes me sick to my stomach. You know, and in both cases, they felt like they can handle these women rough, these mothers rough. What do we have? What else do we have on the talk, the text line?
414-520 said, release Theodore Edgecombe because he protected himself in self-defense.
Right. I mean, I think there's some type of appeal process. Hopefully that was taken up. But like I said, you know, when we talk about self-defense and a time to shoot or a time to use deadly force, there's a time, you got a certain space if you feel like your life has been threatened. I think somebody's son, the self-defense laws in Illinois, and the use of force in defense of a person can use force against another if he or she reasonably believes that it is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against an individual's imminent use of unlawful force. That sounds like self-defense to me. But when you go down to Florida, I mean, for the situation in Chicago, that looks like what happened. And I even talked to an ex-police officer about this, and he thought for sure, this is what the ex-police officer thought for sure, that the mother and son had overstepped the self-defense laws. The ex-officer thought that the mother and son had went too far. But if you minus the cell phone video that was taken by somebody that was in line, this mother and son is in jail right now, and they're gonna be facing murder charges. If you don't have the cell phone video. What else do we have on the Talk to Text lines, DJ Brother Z?
Martin said that last blow could have been her death due to an aneurysm and brain damage. That little man became a man that day.
So the fact that he was hitting her with that kind of force. If I was 14 years old and this was happening to my parent at the same time, watching this man, the 14-year-old wasn't that big. Like he could go and try to wrestle up against this man. Wow. Hey, look, like I said, y'all always talking about why people filming stuff. And this resulted in the person that was in line that filmed it, like I said, that video resulted in them where the charges were dropped. Now I was talking to an ex-police officer, and the ex-police officer said the first shot was self-defense, the rest was overkill. He thought it would be voluntary manslaughter. I said it was temporary insanity. Like if you punching my mother, how am I supposed to take that? How am I supposed to feel? And what is the time limit on me feeling this way? That's trauma. I'm traumatized. I could have blacked out. I'm trying to do whatever I can to stop the threat. Hey, it is what it is. Do we have anything else on the Talk to Text line?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. I see here where June was referring to the situation in Ohio where the man killed his 3 sons. June says his death penalty should be carried out within a week, not 20 years from now. And that was the situation where the man in Ohio, he killed his 3 sons. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to talk about what happened at the Greek Fest right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with the youth fighting at the festival. Is this a trend? Is this going to be going on also? You know, we got plenty festivals going on. A lot of people saying something needs to be done about these youth and how they acting at these festivals. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the new 1017 The Truth has got you covered with free tickets. Tune into Nothing But the Truth all week long, as I'll be giving away a free 4-pack of tickets to Summerfest. Yeah, you heard that right. They are absolutely free. So make sure you are tuned into 1017 The Truth from noon to 1 so you don't miss your chance to win a free 4-pack of tickets to Milwaukee's biggest summer party on the lake. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
This is your Axe Housing Home Buying Tip of the Week with D. Kemp.
The first thing I need everybody to do is get out of your own way. We are so good at talking ourselves out of our own blessings. If you are renting right now and you want to be a homeowner, know that you can do that and you're capable of it, and there are people and places that are going to support you in that effort. Get started by going to axehousing.org, completing the virtual orientation, and as soon as you're done, pick up the phone and say, I need an appointment with a home buyer coach because I am ready to be a homeowner. Not only do we have people who are going to provide you with that home buyer education, we have realtors. We have an acquisition fund that is purchasing homes at affordable prices so that there's housing inventory for you once you're ready to buy. Let's make this process as easy as possible for you because you have the people that you need on your team to make your dream of home ownership a reality.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards, That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you looking for an opportunity to better the Milwaukee community? Do you want to develop your skills for a career or job? City Year Milwaukee is recruiting for its 14th cohort of AmeriCorps members. We are hiring young adults ages 18 to 25 to serve our amazing scholars in Milwaukee Public Schools. This opportunity allows you to serve your community and gain professional development, which will allow you to enter the workforce, your next educational journey, or even stay with us for a second year of service. Visit cityyear.org to connect with our local recruiters and learn how to apply.
When it comes to riding the bus, there's a better way to pay. It's Wisco, Milwaukee County Transit System's new modern fare collection system. Wisco is available as a card and in the UMO app, and is packed with features to make paying for your rides faster, easier, more reliable, and more affordable. So make the switch to Wisco and start enjoying the better way to pay. Learn more about the exciting changes at ridemcts.com/Wisco or download the UMO app.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
Young girl, no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb? Bentley spread fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the foreign, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge.
Truth Nation, there's a fantastic event coming up that you don't want to miss. 1017 The Truth is proud to announce our inaugural Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 12th at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. We are bringing the community together for a family festival that will have something for everyone. There will be live music, spoken word, delicious foods, health care resources, and free giveaways. So mark on your calendar August 12th at Riverside High School for the Truth Family Fest. Once again, that's Saturday, August 12th at Riverside High School in Milwaukee. Hey, put that on your calendar. It's about to be a great time. Hey, look. It was an incident at this festival, this Greek festival. A lot of people have been hitting me up about this, DJ Brother Z. They saying that these kids is out of control. Let's listen to see what happened.
Greek Fest wrapped up its 58th annual weekend today, and the festival ended early after police say multiple fights broke out Saturday night. Officials say 4 people were arrested. Many others were kicked out. No one was seriously injured, but the chairs of Greek Fest closed early Saturday and tonight, also closing down the rides today. People at the festival's last day say something needs to change.
Either close the rides down at dusk or have to have everyone that's under 18 would have to have an adult with them.
They should either provide more security or have a curfew time with the midway or not have the midway at all.
So the chair says that he doesn't want these fights to take away from the event. And we know that in years past, the festival has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church. To donate, you can visit their website.
Hey, look, I've been saying for years, that we need to reinvest in our youth, give them things to do, give them up-to-date activities to do. And I've been saying this since 2010, 2011, because I saw this coming. I saw that it was going to come a point where the neglect of the youth and the development and the activities, it would come to a point where they're going to start showing up at other places being destructive. And it's happening. I said this a long time ago. I could bring up old news clips from 2014, 2013. I started to see that these things were going to take place. And now, hey, it's happening. And they're saying, what can we do about it? everybody trying to, scratch their head and say what we need to do about it. But I'm going to tell you this. We know that when we bring the youth on the show and they talk about the lack of being able to have things to do, well, that conversation been going on for a long time. And now we're seeing them show up at these festivals and causing trouble and things like that. And it's just ugly thing to see, because people are going to get hurt. People are going to lose their lives in the process with all of this going on. Now, if it was up to me, if I had to make the decision, I would start immediately building things where the youth can go and release some of that energy that youth normally have. I would start doing that immediately. Like next year to be things up, avenues where the youth can actually go and release some of that youth energy that they have. And due to many years of neglect, this is what we're seeing, what you can't sweep under a rug no more. The neglect that was going on, now you can't sweep it under a rug. It's in your face. Hey, it's one of those things. But we going to head to the lines. Black Conscious, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
First of all, man, it's a glorious day to be alive. Knowledge yourself, King.
God bless you. How you doing, Black Conscious?
Hey, but you getting them easy off. No. I want a mayor conference talking about this craziness. I want the whole police with the horse patrol walking and slamming kids who is aiding assistance to those that need. Why we ain't hear none of that? Why we ain't get a news conference on the violence about what's going on down here, how we gonna shut it down and come on, man. And I'm pointing it out.
Hey, I've been talking about this for years. I'm turning blue in the face. I mean,
so
we could have got ahead of this.
When they get wild and reckless, we just go shut their eyes down. But we're going to continue. You see that? You see what I'm talking about, brother?
Right.
And we need to call it for what it is. I don't see the man going with all the whole police department about him talking about, this and that, one and the third. He's quiet in the field.
We just talk about where the police horses at and where all of the security and everything at.
You feel me, brother? That's what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
All them taxes they used, but they kept them. They even opened the next day, but only go. We're gonna shut the rides down. That's all I want to say, man.
Hey,
I just want to keep it real.
You can tell, but you can tell where the difference is. You can tell when it's our stuff and when it's outside of our stuff. You don't see the big press conferences and the big fear mongering going on.
That right there.
And it happened. It happened.
Local news didn't even really call on it. Really, I mean, they just not talking about it because everybody is starting to get a little wildfire to it.
Okay, well, what happened when the shooting happened at the Deer District? I mean, the plan for that. Since it was non-black, you can hear when it's something that's all black and when something that's outside of black. You can hear the different conversations when they address it.
They threw up a prison yard when they thought the Bucks were gonna go deep in the playoffs, getting prepared for it, so they can separate.
Hey.
And so I was so glad the Bucks lost in one way because they had to take that ugly thing down. And it's something that happens throughout the United States because we're a nation built on violence and hate. Unfortunately, those incidents happens at the other basketball arenas and things like that functions just as well as Milwaukee did. But it's still an open concept. But, pay attention, Milwaukee. Pay attention. Live righteous, brother.
Hey, thank you for tapping in, Black Conscious. LT says people have been saying there's nothing to do for the youth for 50 years. There's plenty of stuff for them to do that's productive. These kids, you show up and show out, don't want to do nothing productive. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, LT. I think the ideas that my grandmama then was using ain't gonna work for today. I mean, I think that we do a bad job at upgrading ideas and keeping up with the wave of the black youth. I believe that. I think that when I go to other cultures, they're right on the cutting edge of dealing with and having things out there for their youth, and they still act up out there in other cultures. They still got problems from their youth, and they're a little bit further along with the activities that are going on for their youth, and they still having problems. So what you think gonna happen in our neighborhoods? Hey, look, when we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Keeping you informed and up to date on the legislation which will impact you the most.
So right now, we do not have the 2/3 vote necessary to pass the sales tax increase for Milwaukee. If it does pass, we are still in deep financial trouble, and we have all of these strings attached to this legislation. So like I did yesterday, I'm going to do again today and tomorrow until the cows come home. I want you to call your Milwaukee Common Council member and tell them that you are not in favor of this proposal that has far too many negative strings attached to Milwaukee, that includes a sales tax increase that doesn't even get us out of debt. In fact, if they vote for this, we will have to go back to this same Republican-controlled legislature and ask for more money, and then the strings will be even more severe than they are right now. This thing cannot pass. It cannot.
Stream the award-winning 1017 The Truth every day by downloading the Truth app and on all your favorite streaming platforms.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Talking to your kids about the dangers of vaping can be hard. Getting them to listen to hot gossip is easy. So here's some drama you could share with your kid. Dude, did you hear about Cassie and Jake? No, but did you hear that vaping can cause irreversible lung damage and nicotine affects brain development? Nuh-uh. You don't need to gossip if you want to have an open conversation about vaping. So if you want to get tips on when and how to talk to your kids, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Starlight Children's Foundation brightens the lives of sick kids like my son Finn, who was born with congenital heart disease. Learn more about Starlight by visiting starlight.org today.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruberg Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Aaron Woods is a successful entrepreneur. He's founder and CEO of PodPal, a growing tech startup that works as a one-stop shop for people looking to dive into the podcasting space. But leading a startup is a ton of work, and Woods was honest with me about the toll it took on his life. In fact, he, like many solo entrepreneurs, had to try to build his company while keeping a day job.
And I'm a husband and a father of 4 children, including one son with special needs. So my challenges are around my responsibilities and the additional things that I have to do to provide and care for a family.
Woods said he would encourage someone young that has an idea for a business to not waste time.
Go out there and try something because there's going to be more at stake when you take that risk later in your career and later in your life.
The longer you wait to start a business, the tougher it could be to get it off the ground. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. Caught if I man, she a hot girl. Don't shake something. I don't know how to dance, but can lean. And make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. I don't know how to dance, but can lean. And make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Yeah. Caught if I man, she a hot girl. Put her out. Ooh, I just broke a sweat in the get a towel. She said nothing been happening though. It's a drought. I tell her put her in the L. Break it down. Go get in time out, you a bad.
101. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Joining me on the lines is Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute. Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday. Now, the mother and the son in Chicago, they dropped the charges. But when we talk about women being unprotected, the most unprotected black women, right? When you see this video, it was just so much conversation on both ends. But eventually Monday, they announced that there will be no charges against the woman and her 14-year-old son.
And see, this is the problem that black individuals have to see. You know, when we're talking about mass media, the way that the news picked up the story, the narrative that they spent, just like they spent with Theodore Edgecombe. You understand? The whole way that they set it up, they made it seem like it was cold-blooded murder, that the mother made the son, that there was no story before. So this is where we have other individuals. Now, they spent that story and left that story out there. This is why we, especially in the black community, we got to hold our peace. Shut up until you get all of it. Because, see, we're quick to condemn, because whatever the white man say is right. And they was dead wrong. The journalism on this behalf was BS. This is the same thing that happened when we were looking for Baby Major. And they put the wrong father up there, saying that the father was the one that did the killing. I mean, you name it. This is how they do black individuals. Then you lock this mother and her son up. Had the footage not came out.
Right.
Because like you just stated about the white one, when the white man, anytime that there's a white person shooting a black person, they got to do an investigation. They asking for patience. The Europeans don't never go straight to jail. You understand? This white man that murdered his 3 sons. I'm talking about one of them ran off. He ran and got him and brought him back and killed him. He shot his kid's mother. You understand? And the police take him into custody. They didn't come in guns blazing, even though they knew that these babies was dead, even though they knew that the daughter was running down the street trying to stop somebody in traffic saying her father had a gun and he was shooting individuals. They didn't go with guns blazing, because this is a time where guns should have been blazing. They took this man, he survived. I'm talking about, they didn't even rough him up. They probably took him to Burger King too. Because see, They don't see white as a threat. You understand? And anytime it comes to black individuals in America, they need a meeting. They have to do some investigation. They want us to have patience and give them time. In the Theodore Edgecombe case, it was clear cut. He shouldn't have never been on trial in the first place. The wife should have been charged, because she could have went left, but she chose to go right and chase him violently with the car off, where he had to jump off the curb on the bike. You understand? Like, I don't give a damn what we talking about. When we're looking at America and we're looking at white supremacy, one thing for sure and two for certain, white supremacy is a group idea. And I don't give a damn who you are. Your silence is violence if you're European. And without you being okay with it, it would have been ended. You understand? We're talking about the sheriff, who was using black people's faces as target practice, which is giving Europeans again that they can't feel safe and it's okay to kill us.
Down in Georgia.
Story. We can't make this up. It's too many actions that have been in play that we've seen. Black men with phones in their hand. The white woman who killed the black young man, I think that was in Ohio too, saying she thought she had a taser.
That was in Minnesota.
This white man
Dante Wright.
Minnesota. Dante Wright. But this white man who murdered, we're talking about a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old, Tori. And he was taken into custody unharmed. And these black men it's a traffic violation, and 9 times out of 10, they didn't have probable cause to pull them over. Outside the fact that driving while black. And they're dead. This white man survived. You can't tell me that there is no such thing as this is a one America. No, it's not. That this justice system don't have biases. You can't tell me that, because we've seen it time and time and time again that not only is the black man the most unprotected, the black woman is too. So what do that leave for the black little boys and girls whom they murder in the street as well, like their dogs, because they see them not as children, but as grown men and women that's over criminalized and over sexualized, hypersexualized.
Hey.
We see the justice system.
It's just one of those things where we talk about we got to take hold of us, and I think that many times we leave it to chance when we leave it out of our hands, when we don't get involved to the point where we're monitoring ourselves and taking back our own, and we're allowing other ideas to take the lead. We're going to always be in this situation. We're going to always end up why this, why that, because we're expecting other people to feel empathy for our situations when it's up to us to really regroup, rethink, and reshape the black family and really start really getting out here, boots on the ground, taking a direct hands-on approach to the things that we see are happening so we can get our power back.
Point blank and period. And I'll say, like my daughter in the 5th grade, how do we expect the same man that enslaved us to save us? How do we feel like these individuals are going to educate our children for the greater good to become free mentally from this mental enslavement that continues to happen? When we talk about the percentage of black individuals in the United States, the majority of them is busting out the prison systems that only promote homosexuality. You understand? And we're wondering why things are transforming the way that they are right now. The black hate that we've been indoctrinated with, that we hate ourselves. For him to be able to hit that woman like that, she wasn't threatening to him at all. And this is where we have to draw a line between what they saying is toxic insanity and what that is that masculine toxic masculinity, and the difference between an alpha male and the difference between a beta male. That was a beta male, because an alpha male is what protects, what provides, what gives provision. You understand? We're dealing with, right now, we're at our worst, because we believed everything they said about us, and this is why we can look at each other with disgust, and we'll believe the white man over what it is that we're saying. And right now ain't no greater time than the present, since everything is failing. This is the right time. The beautiful thing about failure, when you hit rock bottom, the only way left out is up. So we can change it around right now, how we think. And that's exposing these bootlickers that's inside our community that's been selling us out. When you start to see the truth with yourself, you can see the enemy in them. And we can exile them. And we in the process of doing that. I'm a true believer of that, Ken.
Hey, look, I agree. And when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts, Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, this is the last week to sign up for our Black-owned business give back. If you want to win $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising on 1017 The Truth for 3 months, go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now. Again, that is free advertisement for your business to market itself, valued at $6,000. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now to sign up today. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to riding the bus, there's a better way to pay. It's Wisco, Milwaukee County Transit System's new modern fare collection system. Wisco is available as a card and in the UMO app, and is packed with features to make paying for your rides faster, easier, more reliable, and more affordable. So make the switch to Wisco and start enjoying the better way to pay. Learn more about the exciting changes at ridemcts.com/Wisco or download the UMO app.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Melanie Ricks with her truth.
What's good, Truth fam? It's Melanie Ricks here from Nothing But the Truth. And I really do have a very simple question to ask all of y'all today, which is, what brings you peace? What brings you happy? And what brings you joy? So yeah, that's kind of a 3-in-1, but really the questions are all one and the same. I think it is so important to remind yourself what it is that makes you happy, and whatever it is, do it. As far as we all know, we only get one life to live, so why not live it to your absolute potential? You are so important, you are so valuable, and you matter so much to this world. But it's so hard for you to live and be your full, true, authentic self if you aren't happy, if you aren't doing those things that make you happy, that get you excited to get out of bed every day, and that make you want to go and conquer the world. So whether that's trying new things, putting yourself in a different environment, surrounding yourself with the right people, or even just taking some time to be alone, whatever it is that makes you happy, brings you peace, and brings about that feeling of gratitude and that reminder of just how precious not only life is, but how precious you are and how much you matter to this world. I think it is so important to fill this world with love and joy and positivity. And there's so much negativity that we see on a daily basis. Why not be the source of somebody's happy? Why not be the source of this world's goodness? All right, that's enough listening to me. Go make yourself happy. Love y'all.
Listen to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, weekdays from noon to 1 p.m. It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What with my blood, if it's beef, we gon' thug it out. Mac 90 with a 50, put it down. Ain't no
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. And a quick opinion on this woman in Florida that seemed to get off from shooting the woman through the door. They're saying that there's insufficient evidence of this.
Of course. Again, we looking at a two-party system, as always, especially in Florida. The so-called, the whole way that they went about that, we knew that she was going to get off. Because the way that the police described, like, we don't, we were told she was violently beaten at the door. This is to demonize the black woman.
Right. Even
with the history of this European woman with the racial slurs, this is another Kyle Rittenhouse defense. This is the European being able to see the goodness. You understand? Like, they go automatically and demonize a black woman who knocked on the door. knowing that this white woman, you know what I'm saying, took the kid's iPad or whatever into her house, which was premeditated.
Hit one of the kids with a skate.
They always find a way. Not only did she hit one of the kids with a skate, Tori, she went in on this outside property that wasn't hers and took that child's iPad or whatever that was in her house on purpose.
Right.
This
and
was
then
a
broke
setup.
it.
You understand? Like the history that she had. The police had been caught out there several times. She should have been locked up. But again, this is another example of black screams not being heard, going unheard all the time. And we watch this over and over again. And this is why we have to start to care about each other. Therefore, when they kill one of us, all of us rise up. This is why we have to make sure that we are trying to learn our history so we can stop hating ourselves, and that way we can start loving each other. Because if we don't stand up for each other, we see that ain't nobody else going to do it. It's our turn. We got now.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for tapping in and being on these front lines. It's a lot. There's a lot going on, but we got to start being the ones that navigate ourselves through a lot of this. It's gonna take us to help us. Hey,
ain't no better time than the present, King, and we working. Let's get it.
All right, Queen. Thank you for tapping in. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, let's get it.
All right, Truth Nation. I thank y'all for tapping in. I appreciate y'all adding to the conversation today. Join us tomorrow for another powerful conversation. Be safe. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. In times is how you stand up. LUP the man.